talking about how too many people are obsessed with evil reality. I'll explain what that means. Let's go. Abruneme bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim 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 bim, abruneme bim, abrunem bim, abrunem bim, bigo bim, bigo bim, bigo bigo bim, bigo bigo bim, bigo bim, money bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim 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 bim, abruneme bim. Abroneme bim, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, ha ha. Abuma madioha, kabrinam nogoha, sansone ba, all sa, abuma madioha nkichi. Abumadu kuzuku, Srimatro brinkado teta. Abruneme bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim, 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 abruneme bim, bigo bim, abruneme bim, bigo bim, abruneme bam, abruneme bam, abruneme bim, money bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim, abruneme bim, money bim, abume bim, anime bim, abume bim, anime bim, money bim, abume bim, look at them, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, money bim, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, abroneme bim, money bim, abume bim, abume bim. All right. I've shared the live stream. Now let me make sure finally that I'm on CHIMAOGE's comments, even though I'm pretty sure I am, and then I'll begin. Let's go. All right. Thank you very much to my returning viewers. I've registered some viewers. Thank you very much. Every view is a blessing. Every like, share, and subscription is a blessing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share this with everyone you know. And, well, within your discretion. You know what I mean. Spread it. Share it with as many people you know as it is appropriate. Yes. Because obviously, some people might just not want to see it. But anyway, um, it's weird to have to say that. Anyway, let me just move on. Um, um, Anyway, also thank you for the comments. Every comment is a blessing. I read comments at my discretion and patronize my business as well. I just did the first ever Light Echo segment over on Inquiry. You can check that out. And as usual, the art for that will be up on Patreon eventually. Okay. I still have some live stream art that I have to get up, multiple streams. And this one's art will be up in the future as well. And all comments I read at my discretion. I say hi back to uh, forgive me, I'm thinking how to pronounce that. I'll just say PL Ngk and then Prime Color. Ooh, Prime Color. I think that means Kalu Akanu. Hi to you back. Abum Prime Color. Abum Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. Kalu Akanu. Ooh. Anyway. Two things about me for the new people. First, my government name is CHIMAOGE Chijoke eBay. And second, Abrunimepem. My matrilineal village is Ebem Ohafia. Check that out there in West Africa. Anyway, as I stand here in Atlanta, let me talk about the problem of people who are obsessed with evil reality. Let me give you two examples of what I'm calling evil reality so I can immediately ground you, because I'm going to do some metaphysical work here. One, video games. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone. Yes, forgive me. The ancestors are giving me messages. Many distressing things are happening in the world. But anyway, one, people are obsessed with video games. Two, so-called fictional, I will just say fictional TV programs. Let me move. Yeah, let me just get right into it. So, I'm sure you guys already know, generally speaking, what I'm getting at, but let me get specific. First, let me get into why I'm calling them evil reality instead of false realities or fantasy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. There is, technically speaking, no such thing as a fake story. All you have are stories that are happening in another realm, and or stories that are compilations of many real events from different places. Let's deal with that last case. That story either happened in Ekejenu, the one that's been added together, or it happened somewhere in what is known as AGZ. Okay, and forgive me, I'm not able to use graphs. I'll use graphs in the future. Give me a second, actually. All right, anyway, let me just keep talking. There are multiple realms of existence. Again, this is further explaining what I just said. We are in Uwa, we're in this world. And specifically, we're in the part of this world, also called the universe. You can also call it heaven, yes. Called Ekundu. You can also call it Amadioha, blood flow, yes. You can also call it this life, okay? The other half of it is Ekundi. You can also call it Anyam, okay? Our greatness. Oshun, the spirit, okay? So I'll leave it at that. You should get what I mean. Outside of this realm, because again, not all spirits are in this world, but contrary to popular belief, most are, and most are good. Because to be a person of this world, you must be good. And more than that, you should be big. You gotta be big, okay? Anyway, Byung-Yuku. Outside of this realm, you have two other major relevant realms. You have Hellfire, aka Osebarua, aka the fire of this land. And again, Hellfire is not bad. This is a different realm. But as a person of this world, you don't want to fall into it. Okay? Do not commit acts of evil. I'll leave it at that. All right? Osebarua, the fire that carries existence. That's his most accurate name. All right. And then you also have Igwe. You can also call it Obichuku, the heart of the Divine Father. Or Obiatumatu, the heart of the mother idea, because the divine father and the mother idea have the same heart. Okay, they originate from the same place. Anyway, those realms are the other two major realms, and then you have smaller realms outside of that, where you can say people boozy, boo. They boom out substance. They be, and they z. You can also say j. They show. What does that mean? They have scaffolding, and there's stuff inside the scaffolding. The scaffolding is their z, their j. That's what shows. And boo is what they boom out. Okay. I'll leave it at that. This is complicated, but no way simple. Really, I just need to get graphs. You get what I mean? Don't worry, I'm working on it. You see my art. Then outside, you have ekejenu, eke, limit. You can also say gate. Eji, outside. Enu, also elu, the extreme. The gate outside the extreme. You can also call it the outer limits. Okay, this is where Shango and the hand of God reign supreme because it's crazy out there. In Ekejeno, it is impossible to boo incompleteness, and I'll leave it at that. But you can ji. In other words, you have empty shells running around, and this is where it gets complicated. Some of this is English. You see, stuff in Ekejenu does not exist, but that does not mean. And you see how English is broken down, because this is how my ancestors have told me English has confused people. Because this is what I'm saying. Words have meaning on the metaphysical level. So when you mix up language, you confuse people on the metaphysical level and they can't even think. Okay. I posit that we need to add to our vocabulary and regress from English. Okay. Because the concept we have of existence is not complete because of that term. The term exist refers to the phenomenon, this according to my ancestors, boozy, where you have scaffolding and there's something in it. But you can be real without existing. This is what I mean. You can be an empty shell, okay? It's not good, but sometimes there's nothing else. Anyway, what am I saying? In our world today, when we talk about whether or not something exists, we're really talking about whether or not it has any scaffolding at all. And then we kind of ignore whether or not there's stuff in the scaffolding. Let me get more specific. Any idea you come up with has scaffolding somewhere. The question is whether or not that scaffolding is in this world. And most specifically, whether or not it's in the realm you're talking about. Because if the scaffolding is elsewhere, you're talking about something that is not relevant to you. You're confused, okay? Let me give an example. I just got an idea. There is a giant elephant in front of me. Not true. What do I mean by that? In the realm I'm in right now, there is no giant elephant in front of me. But somewhere in Ekejanu, there is a person who is a copy of me that was standing in front of an elephant or something like that. Let me move. He ate her up, he ate her up. Anyway, that's an advanced concept, but I hope you got the simplicity of it. And I just want to note, there's stuff outside of Ekejanu. It's just the scaffolding is even thinner. Anyway, let's go back to what I'm talking about. Video games, and for the purposes of this live, so-called fictional TV shows. What's going on there? The stuff happening in the video game is not happening in this realm. But it is a cobbled together version of stuff happening in the outer limits and to some extent even outside of that. Now you can look at stuff outside of our realm, all right? That's what we call imagination, but you can overdo it. And I just want to say this. If you're in your basement for 5 hours by yourself And I don't care if anyone's peeking in through the headphones. If no one's next to you, you're by yourself. You've gone too far. Let me move. Okay. Again, if you're in your basement all day playing video games, all you're doing is looking at Ekejano. Not healthy. You have to interact with people in this world. Too many people are playing video games. And worse than that, the content of the video games themselves are often vile. I don't want to give examples, but we've seen many examples of vile video games. Video games where people commit crime. Let's move. The next category is where you're watching too much TV, and I want to focus on fantasy TV, aka fictional TV. You're watching cartoons all day and/or you're watching people act all day. Not good. The stuff being depicted in the cartoons and/or the fantasy reenactment is not happening in our realm. And oftentimes, people are just depicting crimes. And I'll leave it at that. Now let's zoom out. Too many people are obsessed with these things. This is a long-term project of mine to analyze this reality, but I'm just adding my 2 cents. Many people have said this, I'm just saying it myself, and I hope I've said it very well. We need to solve this problem. And let me extend out a bit. There have been a lot of talk of two things. Let me say it another way. I'm destroying the English. There's been a lot of talk of two things. One, the so-called loneliness epidemic, and two, people who are not having physical intimacy and/or really the same thing, engaging in the life-giving act. These are obviously linked. Again, how can you find a romantic partner if you're in your basement all day playing video games and then every once in a while turning on a cartoon? Let me move. And that's really it, folks. Those are my main points. Let me just offer two solutions to these realities. One, we need to organize more sports games, and I mean sports of all types. I'll leave it at that. Go outside and play, and this is collective. And yes, the games must be recorded. Two, we must have more collective creation of food. And this is what I mean. Cooking does not begin in the kitchen. Cooking is a process. From the process of getting the animal and or plant that you want to eat, preparing it to be eaten, and then doing everything necessary to cook it. That is a collective process. If we engage in that collective process, people will eat for real instead of just stacking up coins on their video game console. And I'll leave it at that. Let's move. Anyway, I think you got the message. Thank you very much. I'll give you one bonus piece of information. Eat psyllium husk. Eat psyllium husk. Good for your overall health. Anyway, I'll be here until at least the 30-minute mark, and I'll just be singing. Yes. Let me share the stream once again. Yes. Kalu Akanu ha. Abum akaraka madio ha. Abum madio ha ha. Abum madio ha ni me ha. Abum madio he ha. Abum madio he ha. Abum madio he ha. Abumadiuhani mehua, Abumuwa wara wakaka, Abumuwa wara wanua, Abumuwa wara wababa, Abumuwa wara wahaha, Abumuwa mane wanketa. Kamalukarahi henua, oh, Kamalukarahi he ha, Abuma Madiuha he ha, Abuma Madiuha ni mengwa, Abuma Madiuha end the war, let us end the war. End the war, let us end the war. No more war, no more war, I am a Madioha. No more war, I am a Kike. Kabuma Madiu, he ha. Kalu Akanu mere ihe n'ụwa, Kalu Akanu mere ihe baba, Abuma Mariuha ihe ha, Abuma Mariuha n'ime nwa, Abuma basi mone basi ha, Abuma basi nekeze n'ụwa, Abuma basi mone sanso neba, Abuma basi mone mihe n'ụwa, Abuma basi bo me, Abuma basi mone mihe ha. Abumo basi ne kesi he ha. Abumo basi mone shuku ha. Abumo basi mone muku ha. Abumo basi kuku ha. Aneme basi bo be. Abumo bussy bussy ball. Abu bussy bussy ha ha. Abu bussy money bussy ha ha. Abu bussy money bussy ha ha. Abu the credible Hulk ha ha. Abu the credible Hulk ha ha. Kalu Akanu ha ha. Osa Venus ha ha. I pray to Venus, I'm a muddy, huh? I pray to Venus, I'm a muddy, huh? I pray to the goddess of love archetype, I'm a muddy, huh? He, hey, huh? Sun, and busy, catch you, boo, is it? I am the Izzy, I'm a muddy, huh? I'm is it what I'm a deal, huh? Is it what I'm keeping, is it what it says, is it what it is, huh? I never miss it, huh? It's what he Kajibu is it? Sons on it busy. Abum the is it? I'm a madi. Abum is what a madi. Abum is what a kikaka. And I'm Zawara Zaza. Abum is what a madi. I am amazing. I'm a madi. I am amazing. I'm a madi. I'm just amazing. I'm a madi. They just amaze me. I'm a madi. They just obey me. I'm a madi. I am amazing. I'm a madi. Kalu Akanu ha ha. Abu mamadi honey me Abu mamadi honey we Abu mamadi madi Abu mamadi negezenu Abu pare negezenu Kalu Akanu Kalu Akanu Kalu Akanu Abu mamadi negezenu Abu pare negezenu Abu pare negezenu Sansone busy, catching boys. I am the is a mama you Sansone busy, catching boys. I'm the is a mama you mama you I'm paradies and whoa. I'm paramon Sansone bow. You wake up. I don't need it. I don't need it. Kaka. Abum iwe nekezenu nuwa. Abum iwe mone sanzo neba. Abum iwe kaka kaka. Abum ka iwe kanuwa. Ezekaya tuwamadiwa. Ezekaya bugigega. Abum ezekaya kiyeha. Abum ezekaya garayosa. Abum ezekaya mone boa. Ezekaya mereyeha. Venus, I pray to Venus, I'm a Madeo. 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 I just prayed to Venus, I'm a Madeo. I just prayed to Venus, I'm a Madeo. Kamala, ka. Come look at a kana, come look at a kike kaka. Come look at a henua. Abu Mamadi, Abu Mamadi, Abu Mukare is Enua. Abu Muniek is Enubiera. Abu Muniek is Enuia. Kalu Akanu Kalu Akanu All right, thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. I'll be back later tonight. You'll see other content go up. Probably at least one other live stream, and then eventually the art for this and other live streams, and I'm backloaded on will go.